Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a quick review on the OEX Jackal 2. I've had this tent now for about 2 years, so I feel like I can give an honest review of the tent. This video is definitely not going to be a detailed review of the tent with all the statistics of the heights and dimensions and waterproof ratings and stuff. It's just going to be a quick run over of the tent and what features there are of this really good tent. So let's get right into it. So this is the tent from the outside with the two doors open, the fly sheet door and the inner door open. As you can see, it's a very smart looking tent. It's relatively big. It's nice and big. Yet again, it's a two-person tent. I would call this tent a true two-person tent because you can, with the right equipment, comfortably fit 2 people in the tent as in sleeping. But yeah, it has 2 poles. So there's one larger pole for the front and one smaller pole for the back. These poles are very good quality. They're aluminium or aluminum, wherever you are in the world. But these are very strong and they clip in really nice. And also very lightweight, which is good. The guidelines, I was surprised, they are very thin, but they do feel good quality. And the sort of guideline, I don't know what these are called, but they're really good. These are really good because they're metal. I don't know what these are called, guys. Guys, please tell me what those are. I've had this tent for 2 years and I can't remember what those guideline things are. If you go around the back, yes, I know I haven't pitched this tent very well. It's obviously, look, you would pitch it out a lot further than I have, but I've just done this for a demonstration. I've had this tent out for a couple of days now, so, and it's been a bit windy and stuff, so yeah, maybe that's why. But as you can see, at the back we have a vent. This is to hugely help with condensation. As you can see into the tent like that. But yeah, keep this guideline nice and tight, not like that. It's nice and tight so you get good ventilation, which reduces condensation. The tent feels very rigid. Obviously, look, this is with the guidelines not very tight, but it's not very, but it's very rigid. I have not really tested the OEX in high winds. But next time we get a storm, I will test it out for you guys. But yeah, overall, it's a very rigid tent. Okay, coming in from the front, we've got this huge porch area. Like, look at the size of this. Now, this is mainly used for just sitting down, and you won't get your bottom wet because it's got a waterproof fly sheet, which is good. This is where you can store all of your gear. And keeping the bedroom space just a bedroom space. Yeah, it's just quite nice to sit out and just enjoy the view. Yeah, it's quite nice. The door is held up by these traditional kind of, I don't know what these are called, my vocabulary's not very good, but the door's held up like that. It's got some vents up there. You can just basically just zip up the door like so. Oh, okay, there are actually 2 zips like that. Zip that up. There you go. So that's the door. That's the door all zipped up. The fly sheet is actually attached to the inner tent, as you can see. Now the inner tent is a very nice yellow, and I quite like how it contrasts with the green. I quite like it. And the inner tent is held up by these sort of hooks here. Now some of these are actually, when I first got this tent a couple of years ago, it was very tight to put the inner tent in, and overall the poles of the tent, but over the years it's just loosened off. So if it does feel quite tight at first, don't worry, it does loosen. But yeah, on the front door of the inner tent, there's a lovely door. There's a little catch on there so you know where the zip is, and then you've got a door to keep all the bugs out. Actually, I say keep all the bugs out because if you unzip this inner sort of zip and put this bit tucked in there, you've got yourself a mosquito net, like so. Look at this. So if it's a hot day like today, you can still keep the inner door, you can still keep the inner door, I don't know, the inner door open without the bugs coming in, to keep the ventilation. So that's really good. Not actually all tents have that feature, so it's good that this one does. If you unzip the front door and tuck it in here, there's a little pocket, as you can see in there. You can tuck it in. You can see, look at that. It was for a two-man tent. There was a huge area for 2 people. Now, for reference, this this is a stupidly big sleeping bag, but as you can see, this is just a normal sleeping mat, and there is loads of space for another for basically another person. So yeah, like I said earlier, this is a true two-man tent, or I should really say these days, two-person tent. It's very big on the inside. If we go on the inside, as you can see, there's lots to see. So obviously we are surrounded by this sort of yellow mesh, not yellow mesh, what am I saying? This yellow inner, which is quite nice. It's quite nice in here. It's nice and cozy. As you can see, we've got pockets for, I don't know, if you're a book or some keys or your mobile phone or something. And there's pockets on this side as well, 2 pockets. There's a label, but that's just slowly peeled off. I'll just let that peel off. And we've got this huge mesh. This, I know you may be thinking, well, that's just going to let all the heat out. It may do, but it will definitely save the inside tent getting extremely wet from condensation from your breath. And it'll be even worse with 2 people in here. As you can see, there's a little sort of hook to hang your lantern. Wow. I should mention this ground sheet, although it is very light and very thin and, well, string and easy to fold, it is very thin. You've got to be careful not to place your tent on like some sharp objects like some sticks, because that will just make, I don't know, well, that'll just basically not rip it. This is very hard to rip. It's very strong, but it might tear it a little bit. But I've had no problems. I'm just letting you know. Just be careful. Don't put your tent on hard objects, because then that will happen. Because this tent is what's called a pitch outer first, it means basically you can pitch the fly sheet first while keeping the inner in the bag. Now that's good for if you're pitching up in the rain, the inner tent won't get wet, so you won't get wet basically, which is very good, because there are some tents where you have to put the inner one first and attach the poles to the inner, and that's fine for most occasions. However, if it's raining, your inner tent's going to get wet, so you must keep that in mind when buying a tent. So ideally, I mean, they're not bad pitch inner first tents, but it's better just to get a pitch outer tent like this one. And also you can, if it's a really warm day, and it won't get wet in the night, there won't be any dew in the night, you can not have the inner tent in. You can just have the fly sheet, and it will help air go through the tent, and it will also save on weight. This tent actually packs into 2 bags, which is really good. 2 waterproof dry bags, and then goes into 1 sort of huge bag. Not huge, 1 bag, and that's good because so the fly sheet goes into 1 of the bags and the pegs, and then the inner and the poles goes into another bag. That's good, because if you're walking with a partner, or I don't know, someone else, you can actually split the weight, because although this tent is quite heavy, when I mean heavy, it's about 2.5–3 kilos, which is heavy. However, considering the space you get and the value for money, which I'll get onto in a minute, it's not bad at all if you think about it. And yet again, you can split the weight 50-50. These are the pegs of the OEX Jackal 2. They are very thick pegs. My younger sister stepped on one of the pegs. I was thinking, oh, by accident, obviously. I was thinking, oh god, the pegs are going to be bent. They're not. They're literally almost impossible to bend. That was a lot of force, and the pegs are still relatively straight. So they're very good quality pegs. Really, for about 90 or 100 pounds, I would definitely recommend getting the OEX Jackal 2. Now, I hope you enjoyed that video. This probably wasn't very good, because I've never filmed an overview before. But if you did enjoy it, let me know, and maybe I can review something else. But it definitely won't be like a thing that I'll do over. Definitely won't be a thing that I'll do over and over again. Anyway, again, if you enjoyed that, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you for the next one, which is a very exciting adventure. So you're gonna have to, so you're gonna want to stick around for that. But anyway, in the meantime, I'll see you later. Goodbye, guys.